Okay, it was actually raining really hard earlier in the morning, but I kind of stopped now. Just gonna test the glasses and stuff a little bit more, just see how it's like. I only have a few days left until I have to ship it back. One funny thought was just about comparing all the cameras and stuff at the moment. The best way to do it is indeed just to kind of use it before committing to the purchase. And funny enough, I was actually thinking, is there a way I could like rent one of them or something like that for super cheap? But even looking online at the prices, what is this? $60 a day just to rent a GoPro? $45 for the Osmo Pocket? Even for the one I used before? $50 a day? Do people actually pay this price? I was thinking you must be like a film production company with way too much money on your hands. Like you're just renting equipment, all of a sudden it's like, you want the GoPro in there? Yeah, okay, whatever, just throw that in. But yeah, there's no way I would pay that price just to rent it for a day to try it out. Because as usual, I don't want to just squander money just like that. I want to make the best purchase for the long term, especially when you guys are supporting me to try to get the new gear and stuff like that. I wouldn't spend it on that, that's crazy. But that is probably the best way to do it. If I actually had it to try for the day, that would pretty much eliminate any theories or anything like that, like which one would be better and so forth. I thought you guys would find this funny too. Apparently that place, they rent out things like drones too, like a Phantom 4 Pro for $195 a day. But the funny thing here, it says, this product is discontinued. Alas, we've discontinued renting Phantom drones due to high crash incidents and the ramp-up restrictions on drone usage. Sorry. I can see like with the regulations and stuff, but people are crashing too much when they rent it. That's kind of funny. I guess it's just mostly people who are creating some kind of film or something like that, like, hey, let's get some aerial shots. Like they've never flown a drone before and they try it and whoop, it's dead. Man, it must be a real hassle for a company like that. If people are crashing it all the time and it's still not worth it, I guess, for them financially, even if people do things like put a damage deposit and all that. Woo. You recognize me. Follow the leader? Okay.
Hi, Alan.
Hello, how are you doing?
How are you?
Good.
You didn't fall in today?
Nope. That's kind of funny. Just bumped into the lady that I usually see around here, the one that helped me with the drone, like when it fell, and she was asking if all the equipment and stuff is okay, myself, and I just said, for example, like the camera's dead. She's like, oh no! And I said people were trying to help me fund for a new one, like you guys. She's like, that's great! Like she's so excited. At the same time, funny enough, one of her reaction was, can't you just get like a company to like give you that stuff for free? You should get it. That's kind of funny how everyone has that kind of, I guess, first reaction in terms of getting equipment and stuff. Oh, this is horrible when it rains a little bit. Like when you have so much gear like this, you can't just quickly put it back like in the pack and stuff like that. So hopefully it stops a bit. Oh, it's still raining a bit, so I guess I can't fly it just yet. Hopefully it stops. I guess I'll read some of the stuff that I read in the news today. Kind of crazy kind of carry all this stuff again with the umbrella and all that. It says here, US military compromise as Tesla hacks military drones causing chaos. That's kind of scary, isn't it? So according to this, they said they released a video that shows proof it's coming straight from the drone. It says portions of the 3-minute video appear to show an MQ-9 Reaper armed drone crashed after its operator seemingly lost control. The drone is then shown destroyed on the ground by an airstrike. That's kind of freaky, isn't it? People being able to just hack into the huge machine like that and you can't do anything about it. I guess with stories like that, a lot of people would say, ban them all, they have no use, there you go. Whereas they do have a lot of good applications in many ways. And I know a lot of emergency workers, they would use it for legit reasons, but people are still terrified. So I read this story here. It says a police department used it to save a missing person. It says, our UAV team recently utilized a drone equipped with FLIR to locate a missing teen during a nighttime search. The UAV video helps give perspective into our successful program. And basically you can see them using the thermal drone to locate the missing persons. Really cool. It just makes me wonder how long people will be where a regular person could actually do stuff like this themselves as well. Because I mentioned it before, in many ways it actually does make sense to have a drone as your essential toolkit for places like maybe hiking and so forth, like if you're lost.
Dog running into the shot. dog is this? What's going on?
That's kind of a funny capture with the dog and stuff like that. Actually, with the lighting, with the Mavic and all that, is that it was way too bright, but I didn't have time to really change it because the dog was there, like, okay, I didn't want to land it. But it got me to think too, because just in terms of choosing the camera and stuff, again, it kind of comes down to what would be best for how I use it, and at the same time, how could I potentially use it, I guess, to improve stuff in general. Because when all that stuff happened, again, there was a possibility I would have somehow just took like a hiatus and stuff and rethink like, okay, well, what's reasonable, okay? Obviously it costs money and stuff like that with you guys supporting me and stuff though. It comes down to how can I best use this support to improve like what you guys told me, like what value you get out of things. Because for me, again, I capture things for fun and it seems like people get value out of that, so how can I improve that? Or one point that actually made me kind of happy too, when I read that one of you guys, like I asked you guys like, hey, would you miss like say a daily vlog or even the drone stuff just because, you know, I don't have the gear and so forth? And one of you guys actually mentioned you enjoy the fact that what I do is it's like a unique style. It actually made me really happy because many times when people create things like artistically, people often say, oh, you're just insert name of this guy. And it reminds them of like someone else exactly, but that kind of makes me happy in that way in terms of the things I create. It has like a unique taste to it, I guess you could say. So that's one of the important things to think about too, I feel, because when choosing the gear and so forth, it's just not a matter of just one thing like, oh, just use this and you know, it's easy. It's does it in some way add to what I was able to do, make it better? Or does it take away things like that too? As well, I would imagine there's more options than just like say GoPro, Sony or DJI, right? Like just to throw it out there. Like I remember before with all that news of GoPro not doing very well financially, apparently their competitor were about to buy them out or something like that, like those Yi action cams. Like if it was a budget thing right now and all that too, is there a reason why I wouldn't go with the Yi 4K Plus? That's almost half the price. Because otherwise it would be like a situation like, let's just pretend, okay, that the smartphone died right now. Oh man, I need a new smartphone. Like if you just focus, for example, oh, get a Samsung, get an Apple. Why not things like the OnePlus, for example? Like I heard that company is pretty good. Like that should be a factor too, in my opinion, to enable myself to get the stuff that would enable me to make better stuff, I guess you could say. At a reasonable price, of course. I mean, in an ideal world, I would have like the action cam and so forth. I would have a really awesome point and shoot. I'd use things like, I don't know, something like the Mavic 2 Pro or something like that. But obviously, like there's a limit right now. So it's which one's best, like for all situations. Hey, one positive for this camera, it's the best in low light. But yeah, tested the glasses and stuff again. Kind of had the same, I guess, opinion so far. I just got a little bit, I guess, closer to objects at times because since I can see it, it makes it a lot easier to know I'm not going to hit something while trying to get the shot as well. But for now, for the camera and stuff, I think it's still wise to wait just for a few days just to see what happens in that show. And then based on the fundings and stuff I have, I'll go from there to see what's the best option at the moment. So at least another week of torture with this stuff. Alright, see you guys later.